this episode of TruAbutment InTRUview.
Hey everyone, I'm Rachel and you're watching InTRUview.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kraft, and welcome to beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. On this episode of InTRUview, I'm going to introduce you to Jeff Parker, owner of Dentek. Now, they've been serving the community for over 20 years, so let's go meet them.
Look up at the birds, they're singing songs that make me think of when we were young and didn't care. Man, those were the days. How'd we get so far from that place? All the happy promises we made and couldn't keep.
Here to see Jeff. Can I go back? Okay. Wow, this is a really great lab. I like it. There's a lot going on. It's very busy in here as well. Everybody's working. This is really nice. Wow. So I'm excited to meet him because over 20 years in Scottsdale, he's been serving the community. That's impressive in itself. So I'm going to have a conversation with him, find out a little bit more about the man himself. Jeff Parker, how you doing,
Jeff?
bud?
How are you?
Hey,
Welcome.
we got the same name. I
No,
like it.
You must be a good guy.
I'm going to say I am. I'm a good guy. I want to ask you a couple of questions, find out a little bit more about you. So let's get to it.
Do it.
So Jeff, 20 years, over 20 years in the industry, that's impressive in itself. How do you do that?
Well, it makes me feel like an old man. It has been a long time, but I think what really has kept me going is that, and I didn't realize this when I started my lab, but that I was going to be going through the most exciting period of dentistry since the history of dentistry began. So I started in a real small, 200 square foot room with a warehouse in the back. And I worked by myself, and back in those days it was, a couple of burnout oven, a porcelain oven, a hand piece, and that was about it. And really it was a lot of long hours and a lot of all-nighters, and everything was so time intensive. Everything had to be done by hand. And shortly after I started my lab, that's when the technology started coming out. And the technology made things go faster. And as a small lab, that was the most important thing to me. Like, how do I cut time out of my day?
Yeah.
How do I make things better? How do I maintain quality and not work 16 hours a day?
Well, I'm glad you brought up the technology, because how do you stay on the cutting edge of technology? Technology, it's like a cell phone. Once you buy the brand new cell phone, a month later, it's old news. So how do you stay on that cutting edge of technology and don't?
Well, basically just spend a lot of money. No, that's part of it. No, it's you basically have to be really careful in researching what is going to work best for your lab and buying the right product. Stuff's coming out every day. There's going to be some stuff that works, some stuff that doesn't work so good. So it's basically kind of, you want to make sure you're staying on the cutting edge, but being reserved enough to know that what you're buying is going to work, and not jumping in and spending a bunch of money on something that turns out to be a dud.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a balance of being aggressive in advancing the technology, but also being conservative enough to not waste money.
Sure.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, and this is a working lab right now. We hear stuff going on.
Yeah.
Even during this pandemic, you guys are consistently working. For a new lab owner that's just starting out, what are two things that you would suggest that individual buy?
Two things to buy as a lab owner. I would probably buy a scanner for a large outfit, a large dental office that would, first of all, get you in the digital door.
Sure.
So you have a digital doctor to work with.
Got it.
That's the only doctor that we're pursuing now, is the ones that are taking digital scans.
Okay.
The second, it would have to be a computer with design software on it.
Got it.
That's a must these days. If you're going to be doing digital dentistry, everything runs through the computer. Every single case that comes through our lab is worked on by a computer at some point. Even standard impressions that come in, we scan it, digitize it, and that's how our workflow works.
Got it. Well, we talked about technology, we touched upon it. Right behind you, we brought in some amazing technology from TruAbutment. It's a spin wheel. So, do you like games?
Where did you get that?
I know.
I want one.
Well, you're going to play a game, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about your staff.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Go at it.
Here we go.
Okay. As the technology spins around.
Come on,
let's
new
see.
car.
New car. Is that what you think? New car. All right. And it is. So that's obviously an old school cell phone. So we're going to find out now in your office. You have 120 seconds to find who has the oldest cell phone in the office. Who do you think it is? Who do you
I
think
think
has the
it's
oldest?
probably me.
Is it
like
you?
a working cell phone?
A working cell phone that
Okay.
you use. Who has the oldest working cell phone that they have in their purse, their back pocket?
I don't know, but let's find out.
Find out.
Let's
120
find out.
seconds.
120
Starts now.
seconds? Let's go. No one's in there. Hey, who has the oldest cell phone in here?
What kind of cell phone do you guys? Oh, see, these are young guys.
Yeah, you gotta quit working. We need
young
your cell
guys.
phones. How old's your cell phone?
5 years.
5 year? What is
5
it?
years.
Is it a
Mine's 11.
an 8? Yours
Oh.
11. So
Oh,
yours
okay,
an
so-
8, right?
Yeah.
No, so that's 5 years old.
Okay,
Oh,
5
that's
years
pretty,
old.
That's pretty
not
good.
bad.
Okay.
That's not bad.
All right.
April. How old's your cell phone?
It's an iPhone 8 Plus.
iPhone 8 Plus?
iPhone 8 Plus.
All
Okay.
right. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Luke, how old's your cell phone?
How old is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Is it newer or older?
Older
Your
than an
flip
iPhone
phone?
8?
Older than a year.
Older than 5 years? Nope. All right,
5
so that guy
years.
over there still has it.
Where are we at? 5 years
All
old?
right, we got about 30 seconds to go.
How old's your cell phone?
My cell phone?
Yeah.
Like 4 months.
4
Oh,
months?
no, gosh,
Dang,
no,
I
that's
guess
the
5
new
years.
one.
See, we're technologically
All right,
advanced.
and
I
how old's
guess.
your cell phone?
Oh, like 5 months. How old's your cell phone, Kevin?
Pretty old.
Pretty old?
Are we looking for old cell
We're looking at
phones?
5 years or older, I think is where we're at.
Pretty close?
Probably 3 years.
No, let's show them the screen. Show them the screen.
Oh, look at that. that looks like a 10-year-old cell phone.
Maybe we
Holy
need to
crap.
invest in some more technology for Kevin.
Well, I think we found the winner over there.
Yeah,
He
I think so
has
too.
the oldest cell phone.
5 years.
All right, so you have the oldest cell phone. So let's take a look at it.
Bro, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Let's take a look. So the oldest,
About 5 years out.
so the oldest cell phone right here. That's pretty. It's heavy. It's like a brick. You remember the bricks back in the day?
Yeah.
That's kind of
That
what
one's
this
at least
is.
thin.
It
It's not
is
like the big-
kind of thin. It's worn. Look how worn out it is. All right, so you, what's your name?
Steven.
Steven?
Yes.
Steven, you win the oldest cell phone. You know what you win?
What do I mean?
You get to keep your cell phone. That's all we have. We don't have anything.
Congratulations, buddy.
So for letting us come in and, you're just showing us around, introducing us to your family. We have a gift for you.
Get out of here.
Yes, got a gift for you. Everybody
You
loves a
have to do
gift,
that.
right? Oh yeah, here we go. So,
Ooh.
what do you think it is?
Well, a cell phone?
A
no,
cell
I have
phone.
no idea. It's heavy, so I would guess.
Yeah, shake it around.
I would guess. I have no idea.
Or open it up. Rip that thing open.
All right. Let's see. How'd they get this thing together? Dang.
They wrapped that thing pretty good.
What is it that's this heavy? It is a new car now.
Look at that. So this is perfect because you have a hard day at work. You can, maybe have your office staff just massage your back a little bit because you work so hard, or you can just go around to all their desks and massage their
I
back.
see what that is. We'll use that here a lot.
That thing is great.
That's
the ray
perfect.
gun, yeah.
I can't believe how heavy it is. It must be nice.
It is. It's really nice. The heavier it is, the more expensive it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Jeff, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Hey, go ahead and start on me.
How's it feel? Does it work?
Oh, yeah.
Does
That's
it
good.
work?
That's really good.
Health issues.
Jeff, thanks a lot. I appreciate you showing us around the lab and introducing you to us to the entire team. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming. Enjoy your stay in Scottsdale.
I will. Thanks a lot. And thank you for joining us on this episode of InTRUview. Join us next time. I'm Jeff Kraft. See you then. So Luke, let's talk about your history. When did you start with Dentek, and what got you involved in the dental industry?
Well, I started with Dentek roughly 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So I got started in the industry. My mother owned a lab, so I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. You know, weekends and summers. Single mom who took her son to work to get some free labor at that point in time, and artistic kid who kind of fell in love with some different things that she taught me, and then I've just had some brilliant people along the way that have kind of fed and continued to feed my quest for knowledge or art.
Yeah, so you're no stranger. No stranger at all to lab. You grew up with it.
I've often said I was born into it, you know. I was stuck.
You were stuck. It was chosen for you.
I just happened to do it, yeah. I'll tell you, there's two things that really, I feel like, separate us from other laboratories, and it would be cosmetics as well as implants, okay? So implants is why we're here today, and really same thing we were talking about with art. We're trying to duplicate what was already there. So it starts with a root form, and that's what we're doing with our abutments to create a nice, natural looking tooth. But that then gets into cosmetics or aesthetics. And this is one thing that we're able to do that I think a lot of labs aren't doing is, you'll see, this is a case a doctor sent in. Like I said, he scanned, he sent it. We get it set up in the form. This is, you can see where with our open back here, okay? So the doctor has already determined the patient needs to be opened. It's all set up here digitally. That's what they had. Gavin behind me went ahead and designed this, okay? Now, I can also take this, I can screenshot, send it to the doctor, and he knows when he goes to prep, hey, the only real difference there, I'm not gonna have to prep any of these incisals. If you can kind of see where that gray is, we're gonna be adding all that in porcelain, so there's no reason for him. He needs to take it a little bit back facially, and then we can do the same thing on the linguals. He sees, all right, I'm gonna have to adjust quite a bit on the lingual side. That just happens when you're opening it. We're trying to build them out labially to close that additional space. And then, in addition to sending them something that they can physically look at, each one of these plays a part with how the doctor is gonna prep and how the doctor is going to temporize the patient. So that patient is literally walking around with 95% of what they're going to be in a completed state.
Wow.
So these guys are, it's like you go and you're not just buying a Maserati off the lot, right? You're gonna drive it around for a little bit,
Correct,
make sure
yeah.
everything feels good, nothing looks plastic for you. That's exactly what we're doing for our doctors.
Man, that is amazing. I love that. It's a one-stop shop, a single source solution right here in this building.
Absolutely. It's amazing, and I'll tell you what, I think you've seen all of the team. Everybody gets it done.
That's
you know,
great.
There's no one person, but every single step, we got guys that are trained to do everything they can.
Luke, this has been really impressive. Thank you very much showing us the day-to-day. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming.